Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how multiplication shortcuts can be made really fun and easy. Have you ever tried solving what is 85 into 5 in your head? Well, by the end of this video, you will understand how to do everything in a really fast way. So, let's go! Now, let's move into the first shortcut. Multiply by 11 in just seconds. Add the digits of the number and place the sum in the middle. Let's see what that means. So let me take a number like 63. Then I add the digits. So let me do 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9. And then I place 9 in between 6 and 3. 693. Let's see if it's right. So let me just do 63 into 11. 11 3s are 33. 11 6 are 66. Count the 3 as well. 67, 68, 69. 693 is the correct answer. Now, let's try another. 32 into 11. Instead of doing this way, let's do this way. Now, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Now, I place this 5 in between 3 and 2. 352 is really the right answer. Now, let's move into other questions. Let's do a practice question. 27 into 11. Pause the video if you need to take some time. Okay, so let's do it. The first step, add the digits. 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. Now I place this 9 in between 2 and 7. It is equal to 297. Now let's confirm our answer. 2 plus 7, we lifted this, is equal to 9. This is a really important point. Now you place a sum in between of 27 and not 11. Let's see what this means. So if I place a sum which is 9 in between 297, it will be the right answer. But if I place it in between 11, I will definitely get the wrong answer. 297 is the right answer. Let's go, we nailed it. Now the next question. 63 into 11. So first, let's start. 6 plus 3. The first step is add the digits, so let's add it, which is equal to 9. Now we place this 9 in between 6 and 3. 693 will be the answer. Now let's confirm our answer. 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9. We got the same 9. Now place the sum in the middle of 63, not 11. As I said before, 693 is the right answer. We've nailed it. Let's go to the next question now. Now, let's do another question. This time I'll let you do it first, then I will show you the answer. You may pause the video if you need to do the answer. Okay, so let's do it. First, we add 11. Can we choose any 11 because they both are 11, obviously. So which is equal to 2. And now we place this 2 in between any of the 11s. 121 will be the right answer. Now let's check. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Now add the 2 in between of any 11 because they both are 11. 121 is the right answer. Now, you may be thinking, wait, but how does it work? Let's see how it works. So for a two-digit number AB, tens, ones, A and B. A, let's say A is 2. So A is the tens digit. Here's the tens place and the ones place. And B, let's say B is also 2. So together the number is 22. 22. And let's see this formula. What does it mean? AB. So AB together, let's say it's 22. 22 into 11 is equal to, now the A, I just said the A is 2 bracket 2 plus 2 because we're adding it, A plus B, then B is 2. So now this just means what's 22 into 11. Think for the answer. Okay, so first we add 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and now we add the 4 in between the 2's. 242 will be the answer. Now, as we got 22 into 11 is 242, let's check the answer. 11 to the 22. Now hold 2 in your hand. 11 to the 22, 23, 24. 242 is the right answer. Let's see the next point. You add the two digits together and place the sum in the middle. As we saw 22 before, we add those two digits and place the same sum in between the number 242. If the sum is 10 or more, you carry over the extra digit. Wait, I didn't teach you this, so let me now teach you. Let's think of a number 29 into 11. Let's see if you can try to do this. Pause the video if you need some time. Okay, so let's do the question. First, we add the two digits. 2 plus 9 is equal to 11. Now, I place 11 in between the digits 2 and 9. But how? This number is too big. Let's shorten it. So this is the magic. We carry over this digit to the next number. Now let's see. Now 2 plus 1 we add it. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. We carry the 1 down and 9. 319. This may seem hard at first, but if you practice, you will get it correct. I'll give you another question. Now, let us see if you can try doing this question. It takes some time. Okay, so let's start. First, we add the two digits together. So, 9 plus 9. We add this, which is equal to 18. Now, I place this 18 in between 9 and 9. 18. But it's too big. Now let us see what to do. Remember, if the sum is 10 or more, you carry over the extra digit. This is where this point becomes really important. Now, I carry this over to 9. So let me add it and let's find the real answer in the end. So 9, this one becomes 9, 8. Now let me add these two. 9 plus 1 is 10. 1089 will be the answer. When you do the real multiplication method, this will be correct. Finally, We have completed the first shortcut. Now, let's move on to the second one. Shortcut 2. Multiplying a number by 5. We multiply numbers by 5 every day, like 9 fives are 8 fives are 5 fives are. Now, let us see how to make it even easier. Divide the number by 2, then add a 0 at the end. Let's put that in perspective. So let me choose a number 42 into 5. I divided by 2. So 42 by 2, 2 twos are 4, 0, 2 ones are 2. Now I got 21 as the answer. Then they're saying to add a 0 at the end. Let me put a 0 at the end of 21. 210. Wait, let's check the answer. So 42 into 5. 5 twos are 10. Put 1 upside. 5 for the 20. 21. 210 is the right answer. Let's see an example over here. Example 86 into 5. 430. Let's check it. So 86. I'll take the half. Let me divide it. Dividing is just like taking the half. So 2 fours are 8. 0. 2 threes are 6. 6 and 0. So 43 will be the quotient. Now let me add a 0 to the end. 430 will be the answer. Now that we understood the theory, let us do a practice question. 78 into 5. You may pause the video to try to do the answer. Okay, so let's do it. Let's take the half of 78, which is dividing by 2. 2 threes are 6, then 1. 2 nines are 18. Put a 0 there. Now 39 will be the answer. Then they said to add a 0 to the end. 390. Let's check it. Divide 78 by 2. We did this step. Then add 0 to the end. Check. 390 will be the answer. One more question. 248 into 5. You may pause the video if you want. Okay, so let me divide it by 2. Let me take the half. 2 ones are 2, 0. 2 twos are 4, 4, 0. 2 fours are 8. Then 0 there. 124. Now, the main rule, add a 0 at the end. 1240. Let us check. Divide 248 by 2. We've done the step here. 124. Now add 0 to the end of the number. 1240 is the answer. We've nailed it. One last question to check if you really understood the concept. This is an easy one. 62 into 5. So first, let's take the half of 62. 2 threes are 6, 0, 2 ones are 2. 31. The main rule, add 0. I add a 0 here. 310 will be the answer. Let's check. Divide 62 by 2. We've done this. 31. Now add 0 to the end of the number. I've highlighted it in green. 310 is the right answer. How is that possible? Multiplying by 5 is the same as multiplying by 10 divided by 2. What does that mean? Let's see. So the number 5 is the same as 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is really easy. So let's take the half of 10, which is 5. 10, then 0 here. So we get the 5 answer here as the quotient and 5 as well. So you have the number then multiplied by 10, which is just like adding a 0. So I have the number just like I divide by 2 and then multiply by 10. So we're basically doing the same thing as multiplying by 5. Now let's move on to shortcut number 3. Multiplying a number by 101. Multiplying a number by 101 means multiplying it by 100 and then adding the number once more. So what this means is 101 is made up of two numbers, 100 and 1. So basically I'm just multiplying it. I'm multiplying it, the number, by 100 and then I add it once more. So let me try this with the number 15. So I first multiply 15 by 100, which is basically adding two zeros at the end. 1500 will be the answer. Then I repeat the number once more. So let me add 15 to it. 1515, which is just like repeating 15 one more time. Now let's try a practice question. 86 into 101. You may pause the video to do the answer. Okay, so first we multiply 86 into 100, which is equal to 8600. And now I repeat the number once more, 86. The answer will be 8686. Let's check their answer. 86 into 100, we did this. 8600, we got the answer. Then 8600 plus 86. 8686 is the right answer. We've got the correct answer. Now let's try one more question. Now one more question. 123 into 101. First, we add zeros at the end, which is basically multiplying into 100. So 100 has two zeros, so add two zeros at the end. And now the main step, repeating the digit once more. Then I repeat it 1, 2, 3. 3, here 2, 3 plus 1, 4, 2, and then 1. So let's check our answer. So first 123 into 100 is equal to 12,300, which we got here. Then I add the number once more, which we did it. 12,423 is the right answer. But the main question, how does it work? So let's see. Because 101 is equal to 100 plus 1. So what they're saying here is 101 is made up of two numbers, as I said before, 100 and 1. So you just take the number multiply by 100, and then add the number once more. So let's try. We've just saw that when we multiply by 100, we then have to just one more time do the addition because then it is equal to 101. This is really simple. You know how easy shortcuts are? I hope you have enjoyed learning these mental math tricks as much as I have enjoyed sharing them with you. Enjoyed learning and watching this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Thanks for watching.